50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 621. Today is Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. And kid, thank God the snow is starting to melt a little bit. Roads aren't good. And by the way, I don't know if you saw, but did you see our local town said they're going to start taking cones and chairs that you put out there? Did you see that?
First of all, the snow gotta go. It gotta go. I wish state official, city's official would at least clean up like just spots of just built up snow. If they could do that, it would help tremendous with parking. Now with the whole like chairs, garbage can parking situation, I'm not a huge fan of it. I feel like the first day or two, respect it. After that, I feel like the town should have cleaned the streets already. So to me, that's the town's fault. You want to complain about people putting, stuff on the parking spot? Clean the fucking spot. 100%. How about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think it all goes hand in hand. They're talking about chairs and garbage cans. If you do your job and clean the streets up, they wouldn't be doing that. They'd actually have parking spaces. There's a river right by our house, kid. Dump the fucking snow in the river at this point.
There's empty parking lots everywhere, so
start dumping it. They don't do their job.
People go to work, traditionally 9 to 5.
Yeah.
From 10 to 3, 10 not in school, let's say 10 to 1:30, you should be plowing every open parking spot up.
I'll say this: the main roads are, for the most part, good. Some New York roads,
yeah, but that's due to traffic. New York is horrible.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I was in Brooklyn. I was on Flushing. I was on Park Ave.
Oh, it's bad,
still
bro.
Terrible.
Yeah,
I was on 41st Street in Manhattan. Still like 6, 8, 7 inches on the ground.
Bro, it's bad. The some of the parking lots that I go into, they're icy still. There's nowhere to park. Some guy nudged me again today. I'm sitting there like, bro, and he just runs off.
Yeah.
I had to get that off my chest because I hate New York. I can't wait till I get out of there. Anyway, we got a great episode for you. Remember, real quick, when I was like, I can't wait to work in New York?
New York, yeah. And I told you this. Yeah. I was like, Dill, it will happen. I was like, it's exciting at first. It always is.
It always is.
But after a year,
it's draining. It's done. Yeah. It's overhyped. But anyway, we got a great episode for you guys. We'll clean up some coaching hires. We got some hires. Hall of Fame snub, please. We'll talk about some Super Bowl 60 odds, see if they change any lines. I already made 4 bets, some novelty bets, obviously the coin toss and some other ones. So we'll talk about that. And then we got some picks as well towards the end of the show. We got 9 games in the NBA. Giannis, while it being injured, said, hey, I want out. Let's do it. We got what? February 5th is coming up. By the way, Olympics is in like a week or so. I forgot. That shit just snuck up on us. So yeah, Giannis is trying to aggressively get out. So we'll talk about that. He has listed 3 teams that he wants. So I'll get your opinion on that. I got some college basketball plays for you tonight. And it's a short slate in the NHL, but I got some plays for you towards a little later on the show. But kid, we will start in all the way. Speaking of a town that knows about snow, Buffalo. They get their guy, and I think Joe Brady is the guy. They signed a 5-year deal. He's been with Buffalo since 2022. He has a great relationship with Josh Allen. He was the offensive coordinator for them. And, I don't think Buffalo, with Josh Allen in the roster that they have, I don't think a young new coach was the right move. I think getting a veteran like Joe Brady who knows the system and Josh Allen, I think was the best fit. What do you think?
Put like this. I like the hire. Don't get me wrong. I feel like you should always, if you're letting a coach go, to me, you should always upgrade. And Do I think Joe Brady's an upgrade? I'm gonna say slightly.
He's a good OC.
Yeah, he's a good OC. There's no doubt about that. I think he helped. We saw what Brian Daboll was able to do. I think he even elevated Josh Allen play even a bit more. We saw him become a league MVP. So I don't think there's any doubt of his coaching ability, of his offensive play calling. But what has been the struggle for the Buffalo Bills, these last 5 or 6 seasons throughout the playoff run, is the lack of defense still. Every loss, Cincinnati, the Chiefs, the Broncos, their defense gave up 27 plus points every single game. So, in my opinion, I think Joe Brady was doing like I said, tremendous job, from up top, calling offensive plays. To me, if you really wanted to change the culture, if you wanted to change what's going on in Buffalo, to me, you had to bring a defensive-minded coach. I understand McDermott, that's what he was. But clearly the message wasn't getting across come playoff time. So, to me, I would have just, not really, as you can see. But to me, if Buffalo really wanted to advance, to get to that next step, get to AFC Championship, get to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, to me, they need to improve that defense. And to me, there was a handful of guys available.
What about a guy like Van Joseph?
Van Joseph, he's still available. Defensive coordinator, had the second-ranked defensive football. Mm-hmm. You have Brian Flores, who had top 8 defensive football with Minnesota Vikings, had a top 3 defense last year with the Minnesota Vikings. We saw Robert Saleh get the job in Tennessee. We all know what he's capable of doing.
Did you hear Jim Shorts, the Browns DC? He was rumored to get the Browns job. We'll talk about that, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a chance he was going to get the Browns job. So there was a handful of defensive coordinators, experienced ones as that. To me, that's the route I would have went if I was Buffalo, but hey, congrats, Joe Brady. Like I said, he's a hell of a play caller, but in my opinion, the offense hasn't been the issue. It's been the defense.
The problem. Do you think they were pandering to Josh Allen a little?
They said Josh Allen was there for every interview. So,
which we talked about that, and I don't think you were here for that episode, but I asked Joe, and he didn't like it, and I kind of understand both sides. If it's a Joe Burrow, Lamar, Josh Allen, if it's the top, cream of the crop, I understand them being there. But a guy like Kyler Murray shouldn't be in the head. No disrespect, but only a certain amount of quarterbacks should have that right. What do you think? Should quarterbacks sit in? Because where do you draw the line then?
I'm gonna say Josh Allen deserves that right. I'm gonna definitely say there's a group of guys, maybe more than a handful, that deserves that right. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen. I think Lamar, 2-time MVP. He deserves that at least. So there's definitely a couple guys around the league that deserves that. But if there's one guy, it's Josh Allen, and I think he had a big part to play with it. I think he respects Joe Brady. I think he likes playing under Joe Brady, but in my opinion, for an offensive head coach, you will like your quarterback to be in the room. Especially if you're hiring an offensive guy. Let's just say if it was Bill Belichick, I'm not sure if Josh Allen needs to be in the room. If it's Bill Belichick, if it's Kevin Stefanski or somebody like that. So, me personally, for Josh Allen, have no issue with it at all.
Speaking of offense, I love the move. Brian Daboll was interviewing for head coaching jobs with Vegas, Arizona, but he decided to take the OC job with the number 1 overall pick. Both former New York coaches, with Robert Saleh and now Brian Daboll as his OC. I kind of like it, kid, and they have a lot of money. They have a top 5 draft pick. I said to you about a month ago, this is a entertaining job, a head coach at least. Now they get Brian Daboll. I think they're moving in the right direction, Tennessee.
Yeah, I think I even like this move more than the Mike McDaniels to San Diego, just because Brian Daboll at least has a track record of bringing success to a young quarterback. We saw with Josh Allen. We saw with Daniel Jones. Brian Daboll, his first year as the New York Giants head coach, he won Coach of the Year, and he took the Giants to the playoff. They won a road playoff game.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt Brian Daboll could coach up an offense, can coach up a quarterback. So I love it. You got Robert Saleh to take care of the defense, and now you have a proven play caller and coach who's proven he could develop a quarterback. To me, this is honestly, Tennessee's been aggressive, and I honestly hope it pays off for them. Just because they honestly, I like one of the main reasons I also love the hire. They're gonna find out pretty damn quick if Cam Ward is that guy or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the main reasons why they also brought Brian Daboll, because we all know Robert Saleh is no bullshit type of guy. Yeah. And Brian Daboll, we're going to see first 4 to 5 weeks if we're going to see that next step from Cam Ward. Because we saw with Daniel Jones, we saw with Josh Allen. Cam Ward, I'm not saying he needs to leap like a Drake May or a Caleb Williams this year, but he has to take at least a big step forward.
And I like it because now Brian Daboll could just focus on the offense. He does not need to worry about the defense. Bobby Saleh is going to get the boys fucking playing. Maybe not the first year, but he's going to get some pieces, and he's going to get a top 5, top 10 defense eventually in Tennessee.
Yeah, best believe they're going to go heavy on the defensive side in the draft, and I wouldn't be surprised there's a few, let's just say name players that join in free agency.
They have money too. They have
I think a lot of defensive guys wouldn't mind playing for Robert Saleh as well.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised we see a couple of former New York Jets go to Tennessee. That defense 3 years ago was top 5.
I wouldn't be surprised either. And do you know who has the most money to spend next year?
I'm gonna say Tennessee, the Raiders, the Patriots. Because I know I think we have $46 million in cap, something like that. And
you guys are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're a 10th. You have $38 million in cap space.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Number 1 is Tennessee Titans. They have $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
2, Raiders, $91 million. Jets, $87, baby. When things are going good.
I heard Daniel Jones. Yeah, might send a serious offer.
Bridge quarterback. Bring him back. He can handle the media. Which was surprising though. Number 4 and 5. And I love how you said San Diego. That just shows our age. Is LA Chargers. They're 4th with $85 million. And the Seattle Seahawks, who are in the Super Bowl, they have $77 million next year to spend. That ain't right.
And now for now, they're gonna have a key full of free agents. Kenneth Walker the third is a free agent. Woolley, the corner, he's a free agent.
Tyreek Woolen, right?
Yeah. Tyreek Woolen is a free agent. So they're going to have multiple guys on that defensive side. And I think one of their offensive linemen is a free agent as well. So most of that money will get spent trying to retain some of those players.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And not for nothing, you can make the case Sammy D deserves a raise.
Oh, by the way, I gotta mention our boy Derp. He is back. He says, "Congrats to your Patriots for making it to the Fix Bowl. Can't wait to watch."
Derps, you know what? First of all, shout out Mike McCarthy, right? Derps, shout out Mike McCarthy.
You got your guy.
We like him. I don't think it moves the needle, but I personally like Mike McCarthy, Super Bowl coach. We saw him 3 years straight in Dallas, go 12-5. So shout out Mike McCarthy, right? Derps, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if he was here for the last show. I openly admitted if Bo Nix was in the game,
might have lost.
Different outcome. I'm not gonna say it was a guaranteed loss.
No.
I'm saying is most likely a different outcome. I keep it G.
You would never.
But Derps,
say that.
You and I know defense wins championships. And there's no doubt the best defense throughout this playoff run has been the New England Patriots. You can say you can fix, easy schedule, luck. I could agree with some of those things. I can't deny it. But we're here. We're going to show up. Let's go. Come next Sunday, be prepared to witness history.
I appreciate you dying on this hill that they have the best defense. And hey, I would too.
No, this playoff run.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Who has the most turnovers?
Who has
the most pressure on the quarterback?
Who's number 1 scoring defense in the playoffs?
Us.
No, it's Seattle. It's 1 and 2. Regardless if you want to flip it, you guys won. They're 2. They're 1. You're 2.
They got a pick 6.
Yeah, they got forced fumble as well to the crib.
We do too.
No, I know. I don't doubt it. You both of you are good defense. But no, I'm just saying I appreciate you dying on this hill. I would too if I'm a Patriot fan. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Serious question.
I'll always give you a serious
Has the Patriots have not been the most impressive defense this playoff run? They have. Come on. They have. Let's just be honest. They have, I think, 8 interceptions. No, 8 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's impressive in 3 games?
Yeah. It is. The team is hanging on by the defense. I'll say
against 2 Pro Bowlers?
Yeah. I'll say that. It's hanging on by the defense.
It is. I said it. Yeah. If the defense don't show up,
it's over.
If the defense doesn't play like they have these previous games, the game might not be close.
Derp, you're going to watch the game. Let's be honest. It's the Super Bowl. I don't like when people
you're going to watch Bad Bunny. Stop it.
By the way, is I wish this was a prop, like a little novelty prop. Do you think Cardi will perform since her man is in the Super Bowl?
No.
With Bad Bunny?
No. If they had a song together, I will.
Do they?
No.
Oh. I don't know. I don't listen.
Like if it was Bruno Mars performing, they got a hit together.
What?
You know? What's that song called?
Some Spanish song, right?
No. Her and Bruno Mars, they got a hit.
Oh, Bruno.
Yeah. If it was like Bruno Mars performing, who performed already in Super Bowl, yeah, like I will put some money on that. But Bad Bunny, no, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. You know, like she might pop up on camera like Taylor Swift, but to perform, no.
She might be in the booth with owner
Robert Kraft. Yeah, she might be in the booth with the front office. Absolutely.
That's wild. It's wild times in the NFL. All right, let's get back on track. I mentioned Jim Shorts, the DC, and he was in contention. He had a second interview with the team, but surprisingly, they went with Todd Monken. He's going to turn 60 on February 5th, and he spent the last 3 seasons in Baltimore as their OC. He's going to stay in the division, become the new coach for the Browns. Now John Harbaugh needs to find a different OC. I thought he was going to go to the Giants, but he was getting a lot of offers. So, the Giants need a new OC now, but, this is going to be his first head coaching opportunity. He previously served as the head coach in college, Southern Miss in 2013 to 2015. Then he was the OC and running back coach for national championship Georgia. He won 2 national championships there. Then he went to, obviously, Baltimore. So, of the 8 head coaching jobs, only 2 went to candidates with no prior experience. Jesse Minter of Baltimore and the Bills with Joe Brady. Very interesting. What are your thoughts on the Browns hiring Todd Monken?
Don't get me wrong. Do I think it was better coaching candidates out there available? Yeah, maybe. But if you're telling me the front office want Todd Monken to take Shador to the next level,
Pro Bowler Shador,
Pro Bowler Shador, I could buy into that because we've seen the success he had with Lamar Jackson. Not saying Shador is Lamar Jackson, people, but all I'm saying is we saw what Tom Monken was able to do with Lamar Jackson. He won him an MVP. He got to an AFC Championship game. If he was able to, have Lamar play at his best over these last couple of seasons, he might be able to elevate Shador's play as well. So I like that different voice. Maybe he could have a better relationship with Shador. But if you brought him in, and you're planning to, let's just say, bring another quarterback in, then I have a little question there. Don't get me wrong, I think Todd Monken is a pretty good offensive play caller. I think he's a good OC, but if I'm Cleveland and I just got rid of a coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski, I want to bring in somebody who could elevate me and who I personally think is a better head coach than Kevin Stefanski. I'm not sure Todd Monken is a better head coach than Kevin Stefanski. So that's my thing. I don't love the move, but I understand it, and I do think he could take Shador Sanders and elevate his play. No doubt about that. But is that the goal? Does that what the front office want? Do they want Tom Monken to elevate Shador? Is that's going to be QB1? If he's the QB1 moving forward, I like the move. If he's not, question it a little bit.
Real quick, I did mention Jim Nantz. He still is under contract with Cleveland, and the team wants him to stay. So if he doesn't get any of the two left head coaching jobs, he's going to be back in Cleveland as their DC, which I think is helpful for them. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I like Todd Monken. I think he's a good OC head coach.
In Cleveland. That's the thing. Like, say if he would have got the Buffalo job,
maybe
I'll be like, okay. From one MVP to another.
There's just no quarterback. Like, my thing is, what are you? Is it Dylan Gabriel? Is it Shador? Is it Deshaun Watson? Shador. Like, you have a bunch of might as well make Dylan Gabriel Pro Bowler while you're at it. Have them face each other in the Pro Bowl, and then bring Snoop Huntley. He'll have all the Pro Bowler quarterbacks. Everyone is a Pro Bowler on the team. Might as well. By the way, side note, I love how people are so mad that Shador is a Pro Bowler. It's actually very funny to me.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
I don't care.
Yeah, real quick on it. We know the Pro Bowl struggles for views, and
we will not be covering the Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah. Let's just say it's not the most entertaining football being played. Shador will bring more fans, more attention, more views to the Pro Bowl.
I agree.
So from that standpoint, from a business standpoint,
it's smart.
Great move by the NFL making Shador Sanders a Pro Bowler. Now, was Shador considered what? I think it's 3 or 4 quarterbacks each side, a top 8 quarterback? No. Absolutely not. I think 4 quarterbacks from each side are Pro Bowlers. So, no, absolutely not. But from the business standpoint, I understand the move.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it at all, honestly. And I've been very hard and crucial on Shador, but from a business standpoint, it makes a lot of sense.
And he took my boy Drake May's spot. So
yeah, why didn't they call Cam Ward though? Cam Ward had a pretty good year. Why didn't they call Cam Ward? He should be a Pro Bowler. That's what I said. I saw a funny ass tweet, and I think it's so funny, and I agree. They should just say, Dylan Gabriel, you should be on the other team, and just have them duel it out. It'd be hilarious to have Dylan Gabriel.
Enough for none, and I feel like they'll play like serious.
Well. Yeah, 100%.
Like that's one thing. Like they would try to like outplay each other, and I think that's what the people want to see. They want to see a more competitive game.
I hate the Pro Bowl now.
Don't they play flag? Don't they play like dodgeball and shit?
Dodgeball, and it's so stupid.
I remember when Sean Taylor put.
I remember when it was. I remember when they used to go to Hawaii and be serious.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Those were the good times. Fair or not, Cleveland's not a good destination for a head coach.
It's a reason why the job was open for multiple weeks. It's a reason why I'm pretty sure they had the most interviews. It's a reason why I think a couple of head coaches canceled or denied the job. It's a bad franchise. Let's just start there. They don't have the quarterback. They do have a top 5 defense, but in all honesty, it's just been a struggle for the Browns in my lifetime. So I can see why any coach out there is hesitant to take that job.
Yeah, 100%. So, we only got 2 left, which is the Cardinals and the Raiders. We do hear some
real quick. If you were a coach out there and you had an interview for both jobs and you got offered, which job you're taking? The Raiders
in a heartbeat. Raiders in a heartbeat.
You do got Mendoza coming in.
Well, I have money. I have the number 1 pick. I got about 3 to 4 playmakers. Maybe Max Crosby, see if they trade him or not. But I got a top 5 edge rush, and I got Tom Brady in the front office backing me. I think I'm going to take. You're going to go to the desert and die. You have no quarterback. Kyler Murray's out of there. We love Jacoby Brissett. We will always be fans of Jacoby Brissett on this podcast, but let's call a spade a spade. He's not a starting quarterback in the league. And then what do you really have? Marvin Harrison, he's been a disappointment. They don't really have. I like Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson's actually balled out the last half of the season, but they don't really have anyone. And that was going to be my question to you. one, what would you rather take if you're a coach out there? What out of those two, and who do you think goes? Because I have a name I want to throw out to you after you answer this, but I'm gonna throw it back to you.
For the Arizona job, to me that's a hard one to answer. Honestly, I have no clue who's gonna take the Arizona job. For the Raiders job, I feel like it has to be somebody young. I feel like it might have to be an offensive guy after just going with Pete Carroll. There's a few offensive guys out there. Don't get me wrong. I wish I think Brian Daboll would have been a good option. Mike McDaniels. I like Mike McDaniels personally as a head coach. Definitely the Raiders job. I would prefer the Raiders job too, just because it's a few things, but I think Mendoza could honestly
elevate you.
Yeah, can really take your career off. If he's successful, you're successful. And Arizona is definitely a question mark there. But from a head coaching perspective, though, I think they have to go offensive guy. I need to see which offensive coordinators are available, but maybe what's this guy's name? Kubiak from the Seahawks.
So I'm glad you said that, because that is the name that I think they should go after. You heard Tom Brady. He was like infatuated with the schemes that he was seeing in the NFC Championship game. He goes, look at this.
After that play calling, we saw Sammy D have his best game in his career. I think off that against the Rams, which is a solid defense, I think he deserves at least a couple interviews after that game.
I agree. I think Clint Kubiak's the guy. I think he gets the job. They're definitely going to ask him for an interview. Tom Brady's going to be involved. They said Al Davis is going to do whatever Tom Brady wants to do. Mark Davis, excuse me.
RP the great Al Davis.
RP Al. But yeah, they got Brock Bowers. They got a running back. They're going to get their quarterback. They got another tight end as well. They have some pieces that they could play with. You get an offensive guy like Clint Kubiak. Remember what we saw in New Orleans for the first couple of weeks, and then Derek Carr was Derek Carr. That's why they kind of fell off. But you put some pieces around Clint Kubiak. Yes, obviously JSN in the running game and Sam Darnold helps that, but they're going to have some pieces. I think Clint Kubiak's the guy. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that's the name I wanted to throw out to you and to see. I think Clint Kubiak's the guy. And if you're Sean McDermott or you're Mike Tomlin, and hypothetically, Arizona says, hey, can we get an interview? No. Wait a year. Just do what Mike McCarthy did, because you're going to be the hottest commodity next year.
Yeah, and he's going to be another, I'm going to say a bare minimum. If there were 10 vacancies this year,
Jets next year.
I'm going to say at least 6 next year. Yeah. Bare minimum 6.
Yeah, so those are the two left in the league in Arizona and Las Vegas. So
I'll tell you one job that I'm gonna keep my eye on if I'm an offensive play caller next year is the Cincinnati Bengals.
I was gonna say Eagles, because they're still looking for an OC. What do you think about the Eagles?
They definitely need an OC. Definitely need an OC.
That's a good job.
That's a great job, honestly. Yeah. If you're able to keep that core together, that's
I think AJ Brown is gone though.
Yeah, but if you're able to keep that core together, it's a proven championship offense. With the right guy there, we could see magic again in Philadelphia. It's just not to keep bringing his name up, but we saw Philadelphia at their best when we saw Saquon Barkley at his best. To me, you need somebody who has great run schemes. You need somebody who's going to bring back the old Saquon, what we saw under Kellen Moore. So, to me, you need somebody who could scheme up a running game and then play action off that. Because Jalen Hurts, we know what he's capable of doing. The offense just had a down year this year.
Last thing I wanted to mention on the NFL before we get into some Super Bowl talk, the Hall of Fame. I mean, I have to talk about it. It is your coach, 8-time Super Bowl winning head coach. Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yes, I will repeat that. He is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. He fell short of the 40 out of 50 votes needed for the introduction. And honestly, I thought you remember when the big news with Luka got traded? and everyone was like, "Oh my God, is this a typo?" I honestly thought it was a typo. I refreshed it for Adam Schefter, and I thought I didn't read it right, but kid, this has to be some knock on the Hall of Fame or something. It can't actually be the NFL Hall of Fame without Bill Belichick. There's not a single world whatsoever in which Bill Belichick should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Can I read you where he kind of ranks in some of the coaching rankings?
Yeah, by all means.
6 Super Bowls, number 1. 9 conference championships, number 1. 31 playoff wins, number 1. 333 total wins, second. 302 regular season wins, that's third. And this is not even including his 2 Super Bowls as the Giants DC. I mean, and that's not good enough. I just don't even understand like how this is even possible. Like the writers have too much power, and I heard reports today that they were saying it would have to do with Spygate or whatever the fuck vendetta that you have against them. I'm a Jet fan, and the Patriots have caused me hell all year. But he is the greatest fucking coach to ever walk this earth, and you're not going to put him in because of that? They should be ashamed of themselves, Elvis. They really should.
Yeah. To me, I think the NFL, the Hall of Fame, the writers, all took a hit today. I think it's like a kind of slap in the face to Bill Belichick, because we all know he's the greatest coach of all time. There's no denying that. I think most NFL players will say Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. Like you said, 8-time Super Bowl champ. I think he has the most double-digit win seasons in NFL history. The only other coach that you could honestly say is you could make the case that's a more accomplished or better head coach is Dan Shula. Vince Lombardi's up there. Tom Landry's up there. Shout out Jimmy Johnson. I think he's up there. But the fact that Bill Belichick wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer due to, alleged Spygate, all right, take that season out, right? Mm-hmm. The man's still a 4-5-time Super Bowl champion. Mm-hmm. He's still the greatest defensive coordinator of all time. Mm-hmm. Just that off alone, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
First ballot.
Now you add his head coaching career on top of that. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. The fact that I heard a name, Bill Pyle.
I heard that. Yeah.
He's saying, allegedly, they're saying that he said Bill deserves a year off.
Yeah.
Like a year. And to me, whatever differences you have with Bill Belichick, I heard he was the general manager for the Buffalo Bills and the general manager for the Indianapolis Colts. He had a 50-year NFL career. He only had 1 Super Bowl win, and that was with Peyton Manning in 06, 08 with the Indianapolis Colts. So I see why he's a little frustrated. He might be a little butthurt, but there's no way you should influence other people or tell other people Bill Belichick deserves a year. He don't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer just because of Spygate, just because of Deflategate, or other than that. So to me, it shows how flawed the system is. Mm-hmm. To me, they should change the system. There's no reason why you need 40 writers or plus to agree. To me, he should have been a no-doubter automatically in first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't think you need 40 writers to agree upon that. I don't think you need 20 writers to agree on that. Bill Belichick deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I feel like all the Hall of Fame inductees this year should at least, I'm not going to say protest, but they should at least give a shout out to Bill Belichick in their speech or something. Or like, the Hall of Fame game, everybody wears like a Bill Belichick patch or something, just to show
he should be there
and stand for the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, I agree. I think, the Pro Football Hall of Fame isn't like some mechanism to like punish people or to like settle old scores. And, you don't make Bill Belichick wait a year like as like a disciplinarian action, kind of like in school.
What were we in high school?
Yeah, exactly. He's a Hall of Famer or he isn't, and we all know what the fuck the answer is. So I don't care what your feelings are towards Bill Belichick. You just make a jackass out of yourself, and you should honestly, whoever didn't vote for Bill Belichick, you should never have a vote moving forward.
Yeah. To me, those 10 people or 11 people, how many it is, they should at least get publicized and be asked why you didn't put Bill Belichick.
Will.
Because it's not like just a few guys, a few people out there like upset with this. This is nationwide. NBA, NFL, baseball, all throughout sports, they're questioning this decision. Yeah. It's a head scratcher.
It is. It's ridiculous. And honestly, I feel for Bill Belichick. He's dedicated his life to the game, and for them not to recognize it, it's
not for nothing. If I'm Bill Belichick, I might TO it. I might have my own ceremony.
Oh yeah. Don't even go at that point.
Yeah, I might have my own ceremony because there's no That's to me. Terrell Owens is a top 5 wide receiver in NFL history. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You put his stats, compared to any of the all-time greats, you might walk away from that conversation. T.O. is the second greatest receiver of all time.
Yeah, I think he's a top 3 receiver of all time, T.O. That's ridiculous, and they made him wait just because they didn't like him.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned baseball because I compared it to, and I know you might not like it, but he's the Yankee, Mariano Rivera. I mean, hate him or love him, he's the best closer of all time. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he got every single vote. Same thing with Derek Jeter. Some guys or coaches are just that good. They're bigger than the sport, and Bill Belichick is that guy. So it's a shame. Eli got snubbed again. That's fucked up.
Yeah, Eli.
Maybe not a first. I'm sorry to interrupt, but maybe not first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's a Hall of Famer. He beat the GOAT twice.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. 2 seasons. Some people could make the case 2 seasons don't make you first ballot Hall of Famer. Because some people make the case you only had 2 great seasons. In my opinion, he had arguably 2 of the greatest playoff runs in NFL history. Yeah. And there's no denying it. This man won.
You watched it.
He won 4 straight road playoff games in 2007. He beat Brett Favre.
Yeah.
And he beat Tom Brady. Who else did he beat? I gotta go back and look, but I know he beat the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers?
No, Brett Favre.
Oh, Brett Favre, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I watched that game. So
in the cold,
in the snow,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I watched the NFC Championship. So to me, what Eli Manning was able to do in his career as a New York Giant, I think people also got to put that in perspective as well. As a New York Giant. Maybe he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's definitely a second ballot Hall of Famer. He's a 2-time NFL MVP, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champ. I understand he probably led the league in interception multiple times. I understand that. But you cannot tell the NFL story over the past, in the 21st century, without Eli Manning. You cannot tell the story. He stopped the greatest dynasty in NFL history. He stopped the greatest team in NFL history in the New England Patriots from going 19-0. Well, 18-0.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Kid, all right, let's go to the NFL. Still 4.5. The Seahawks are laying here against your Patriots. Do you think it goes to 6? I think it might actually go back down to 3.5. I see some people saying it's going to go up to 5.5. I don't think so.
To be honest, though, I think it might go up to 5.
Really?
Just because as of right now, 72% of the money is on Seattle. So if 72% of the money is on Seattle now, what's the chances it won't be 80% come Super Bowl Sunday?
I just don't think they're going to go that way, though. Because the Patriots have a large fan base. Let's not get it twisted.
Not for nothing, though. Teams that have I think a 3.5 or more point dog in the Super Bowl, I think they're 10-1 ATS.
I love the stats. Keep them coming,
kid. So I'm loving the plus 4.5. Don't get me wrong. Should we be 4.5 point dogs? I think after what we saw Seattle do throughout the regular season, and what we saw them do against the Los Angeles Rams, I think they deserve to be 4.5-point favorite. Now, will they cover their number? I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Will the line change? I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at 5, and also wouldn't be surprised if it's at 4 either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be kind of shocked if it drops down a whole point to 3.5 come Super Bowl Sunday. I see either 4 or 5.5 max.
I think it's going to go to 3.5, and the reason I say that is because closer to game time, you're going to see a lot of money be put on the Patriots, whether it's just fans or other people who don't want to see the Seahawks win it. And I think eventually the sportsbook are going to at least go down to 4, at least 4, 3.5. I see people saying it's going to go to 5.5, 6. If it's getting to 6, I don't want to find myself on the Patriots. I really don't. So that's a lot of points, even for as highly as I think the Seahawks are. I think 3.5, 4 is. I think that's the right number.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 27.
Where does it end?
Game.
Next Sunday before kickoff, where does it end? I say 3.5.
I'll say 4 plus
You'll
4.
say 4. Okay.
4
All
flat.
right, cool. So we don't think it's gonna go that high. By the way, first bet I did put. I wrote an article for SGPN for the coin toss. Give me tails. I'm gonna keep hitting that minus 104. It's just a little fun bet before kickoff. It's a tradition. I always have to put it. There's color
to me. I either lose or win 50 every time.
You start off strong, or you're like, all right, I'm down 50, but we got some bets to make it up. Color Gatorade, orange plus 230. We got yellow lime.
For the people listening. On this show, I did hit one time plus 800 blue Gatorade. I think it was the Bucks Chiefs Super Bowl. So this is ancient history. But we have called the color once on this show. It's documented.
You to do some deep journalism on your Patriots, because if they do win, I need to know the color. Like, what are they going to dump?
Yellow.
You think?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. What's yellow? Give me yellow.
Yellow/lime or green is second favorite at plus 250.
Only plus 250.
You need a little more.
I need plus 500.
All right, so orange is favored at plus 230, then yellow plus 250, blue is plus 260, and then purple plus 850, clear is 11-1, and red and pink is 11-1. They're not gonna do those though.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick by yellow. Yellow line.
All right. MVP. I'm interested. Obviously, it's going to be. Maybe it's not quarterback. We saw guys win it without being a quarterback. Sam Darnold is the favorite at plus 110. Obviously, Drake May is second at plus 230. Then comes JSN at 600. Kenneth Walker at plus 850. Ramondre Stevenson 30-1. Stephon Diggs 45-1. Any of your Patriots getting some love here, kid? Maybe Kayshon Boutte 125-1. What if he balls out?
You know who I will honestly throw $5 or $10 on to win the MVP?
Who?
Marcus Jones. He led the NFL in punt return touchdowns. He plays some defensive snaps. If he's able to cause a turnover and make a huge impact, and let's just say he averages 30-plus yards on punt returns/kick returns and gets one for a touchdown, I think Marcus Jones could be live to win Super Bowl MVP deal. I'm just going off what our defense been doing. We've been led by our defensive special teams, right? Mm-hmm. Drake May hasn't been playing at his best. I would like Marcus Jones. That would be probably plus 5,000. Now for that.
So right now it's 100-1. $5 get you $500
for Marcus Jones.
Yes.
I would like Marcus Jones, right? A sprinkle on that.
What else? Keep talking to me. Hunter Henry,
Kyle Williams, or Douglas.
Wait, who else? Who?
Douglas or Kyle Williams? Because Douglas had that huge fourth down touchdown against the Houston Texans.
Demario Douglas?
Yeah, Demario Douglas.
He is 300-1. $5 gets you $1,500.
3,000-1.
And then what was the other guy?
Kyle Williams, the rookie. He's the deep threat. He can catch. He's like our Raheem Shaheed. He gets 2 deep balls. He catches one. He gets another touchdown. He's live. He could be a Judy Edelman.
I can't even find him.
Yeah, he's a rookie. He's down there.
You said Kyle Williams?
Yeah, Kyle Williams. He was our second or third round draft pick. He's the one that caught
Kyle
that.
Williams, 750 to 1. $5 gets you $3,750.
Yeah, I'm gonna put $5 on all 3 of them.
And long shots, kid.
Yeah, long shots. Though, don't get me wrong. It's easy to say Drake May or Rajamde Stevenson. That's easy. To me, if we're gonna win this game, somebody outside of the box has to step up. Those are 3 key players I'm looking forward to seeing step up.
I love that. I love that kid. All right, maybe not Stephon Diggs either. We'll see. We'll see how
he's been quiet. You know, he's been getting his receptions, but yards. I think he had 4 catches for 18 yards in the AFC Championship game.
I was thinking. I know if you want to do chalk, I like JSN at plus 600. If he goes crazy, it's hard not to give him maybe Rashad Shaheed, Cooper Kupp, maybe Nick Imawari, the rookie. He's a beast out of South Carolina. He was all over the field. If he forces a turnover or he makes a huge impact play, I like that as well, kid. So any other novelty or bets, or you really haven't dove too deep into it yet?
Novelty bets didn't dive in. I got one player prop I'm ready to share.
Oh,
because I love this player prop. For the people listening now, put it in. I'm letting you know right now. This man led our team in receiving yards his first game back from his IR and the AFC Championship game in the snow. Give me Max Hollins over 28.5 receiving yards at minus 114. Whatever number you could get, even if it gets
what
up.
What number did you get?
28.5.
Right now it's at 26.5. It's going down.
It's going down. I love it. Smash his over. If you want to put it in a parlay, him like 20 plus yards receiving, he's going to get the targets. He's going to get the catches. Max Holland is one of our deep threats. He's always running across the middle of the field. And not for nothing, Drake May loves hitting him. We saw him on that play action in the AFC Championship game. That was a great throw. Sucks that we didn't capitalize with points, but we saw it. He had the longest reception of the game, 31 yards, and he led the team in receiving yards. First game back from IR. I expect him to have a big Super Bowl.
I love it, kid. Bad matchup because they do rank second against wide receiver, but his first game back off of IR.
He's the 4th option.
Yeah.
Is Diggs, Booty, Douglas. Collins come off the bench.
I'm just saying, like the first game off of IR, 51 yards. He had one of the biggest plays for the Patriots downfield in that little flea flicker. So, yeah, I think Josh McDaniels is going to scheme him up and get him open. I think 26 is a little low number, and eventually they're going to have some break in that secondary. So,
and we saw Matthew Stafford just throw for 376, right?
Yeah, but Drake may not do that. He threw for.
I know, but he could throw for 240. Yeah,
150.
You're stupid.
Let me see.
Matthew Stafford. Sam Darnold has a bigger chance throwing for 150 than Drake May.
Drake May, do you know what his passing prop is at? Passing yards?
I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna say 212.5.
220 right now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And to be honest, that's a little low. Like I said, he should have about 2. I'm gonna go with his over. I'm gonna say 240. You expect us to have the lead majority of the game, or you expect us to be throwing the ball? I'm just
throwing the ball, but
exactly
incomplete.
I don't know about that, though. There's going to be great conditions in San Francisco. It's going to be about 75 degrees, crisp night, fresh grass.
I think under for both quarterbacks. Even Sam Darnold, his is only at 227.5. See,
I will lean under Sammy D not because I think our defense is so great. To me, I think it's just going to be hard to replicate what he just did in the NFC Championship game. To me, that it's going to be hard to follow that up. I feel like both quarterbacks, the first drive or two, I wouldn't be surprised to get one. Their first 2 drives each, I wouldn't be surprised there's one first down between that.
Yeah.
Like, I expect both offenses to start slow. And let's not forget, people, the New England Patriots are great against the run. If we're able to slow down their run and force Sammy D into third and longs, passing situations, our secondary is one of the best in football, Dill. It's not going to be an easy day if Sammy D needs to consistently throw 38, 39, 37.
Yeah. One prop that it's a cash cow, but it's always high is JSN. Probably gonna find myself on it again. It's 89.5. Even last week, he flew over. I was like, oh, against the Rams, good defense. Even the Patriots, good secondary. Had 153 yards last week. I mean, he just gets open. He's averaging 93 yards per game on the season. 89.5 is. I just don't see how he doesn't get 8, 9, even 10 targets. They're just going to throw at him. So probably going to lean over JSN as well. I'll probably get to that as well. So we'll dive deeper into the Super Bowl 60 a little later on. We'll have CT on next week. He'll have his plays and props. So cannot wait for that, kid. But let's get into these picks for tonight. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor. We're brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market. Hands down. Is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick. Just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching the NBA, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Real quick, kid, before we get into the NBA, I know we got a big slate here for tonight. I think about 9 games. Giannis said he is ready to get out, start fresh, get out of Milwaukee. There are some teams that, he's told his agent, he's told hey, I think these are good. We'll see what they have package-wise. Knicks, Heat, Timberwolves. I hear Dark Horses, Raptors, and I hear Warriors are they have a good package for him as well. I guess here we're about a week and a half, maybe a little less than a week from the deadline. Where do you see Giannis going?
I could vision him going to the Miami Heat, but as of late, Pat Riley hasn't really been that let's just say aggressive with these trades. Let's not forget Damian Lillard was saying he was Miami was one of his trade destination. Kevin Durant was one of their Miami was one of his trade destinations. Didn't go after none of those guys. Kind of surprised he didn't land neither of them after both of them stated they wanted to play in Miami. So I'm going to say no to the Miami Heat. So that's down. Realistically, the Knicks have a lot of pieces. They could trade like a OG Anunoby.
Cat.
I don't know about Cat, but you could trade Cat if you want. To me, I would want Brunson, Giannis, and Cat. To me, I feel like those 3 could possibly win me a championship if healthy. So I want to keep those 3 together. But you could trade OG, you could trade maybe a Clarkson, a Josh Clark, and a couple first round picks. So I say the Knicks have the pieces to get them, but realistically, I'm gonna say the Minnesota Timberwolves. Honestly, no, never mind. They gave away five first round picks for Rudy Gobert. I don't think they have the first round picks in hand. I'm gonna say dark horse, the Toronto Raptors, international destination. Giannis might not be. First of all, is more of a city than it is Milwaukee, so that's a bright side. It ain't as big as New York or Miami. You still get that that main city attention without having the huge lights in Miami and New York. So I'm gonna say either the Toronto Raptors, and I give a small chance to the New York Knicks.
I hope I tweeted. I said Knicks do the right thing. If you're gonna,
I have the pieces to do it. Y'all don't have the draft picks, but y'all have I will give them Malik Bridges, even though y'all just give him that contract. Bridges, OG, and somebody else, to be honest. Yeah. And I think the Bucks will sit back and be like, we'd rather have 5 or 6 first round picks. If the Bucks want that type of capital draft picks, OKC is live. The Brooklyn Nets are live. You know.
All right, kid. Let's get to the games tonight. The Knicks are on the road taking on Toronto. We got some good matchups here as well. What do you like here for Wednesday night?
Wednesday night, though, the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. We just saw the Charlotte Hornets win last night. I think by like 50. 50. Give me the Charlotte Hornets minus 1.5 against the struggling Memphis Grizzlies on the road. You want to take a minus 120 on the money line by all means. Minnesota versus Dallas. Minnesota's laying 7.5. We just saw them beat the Golden State Warriors. I think by like 20 plus points on Monday, I believe. Kind of lean the 7.5 with Minnesota. I might lay it, might just stay away. I think it's a great teaser spot. Tease them down to minus 1.5. Golden State versus Utah. Golden State laying 8.5. That's what I would do. I'm gonna tease down Minnesota and I'm gonna tease down Golden State. Give me that two-way teaser at minus 134. 6-point teaser at minus 134. I like that. Give me Golden State to minus 2.5 and Minnesota down to minus 1.5. And then Knicks catching 4.5 against Toronto.
Crazy.
Who's out? Miles McBride. Questionable Brunson. Questionable Josh Hart. Give me the New York Knicks plus 4.5. I think this is a little disrespectful. If Jalen Brunson's a no-go, okay, you got me there. But give me the plus 4.5 with the New York Knicks. And then give me the Los Angeles Lakers plus 3.5 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron just had Luka just had damn near a 35-point triple-double.
Return.
In Chicago. LeBron also had a huge game. Now, after a days off of rest, I think Luka is gonna have a good game. And I think LeBron is going to have a special night in Cleveland. I'm going to say LeBron gives you a classic 27, 8-7.
Yeah, shout out Props.Cash. Use code DREAM25 to get 25% off. Yeah, I like LeBron everything. 5 threes, 30 points. He said he came out and said, I quit drinking to keep up with the young bulls out there. My man not drinking. He's on a mission.
Man, LeBron had a little problem. No, I'm joking.
It was the wine, bro. I'm telling you, the wine goes crazy.
With the cigar?
Out in LA?
I smoked a cigar once in my life, never again. I don't know how
he was done up.
I was lightheaded. I felt like throwing up everything. I don't know if I did it right. Never again. Never again smoke a cigar.
For me though, let's go to college. By the way, Joe almost hit the plus 480 with Nebraska. They were up the whole game.
Plus 11.5. Never a doubt.
Always take the points. I texted him this morning. He said, I know. He wishes he took the points, but
plus 460. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. He was live. I asked him. I said, "You want to cash out?" He said, "No."
Nah.
I respect it though. You never cash out. Yeah, give me first game, which is about to start. Give me Baylor plus the points here on the road against Cincinnati. They're catching about 4.5 points. I like that. 7 o'clock, California taking on Florida State Seminoles. Very interesting that California is, the underdog. I think they're the better team. So I'm gonna take the plus 1.5. You want to take them on the money line? I do not mind that at all. A little later on the day, IU Indianapolis taking on Robert Morris. It's a big number, but I'm going to lay it with Robert Morris, 9.5. I mean, IU they just turned the ball over a lot, so I'm not going to back them. And then I got Belmont taking on Valspero. I'm going to lay the 4.5 here with Belmont. And then the Minnesota game against Wisconsin, another big number, but I'm going to lay it at home with the Badgers, a minus 8.5. I thought they were going to be double digit favorites. And then last game, late 10 o'clock Pacific taking on Portland. Another big number. I'll lay it with Pacific at home, minus 7.5 here. I thought they were going to be double-digit favorites. So, yeah, give me Pacific here, minus 7.5. And then real quick, last on the ice, I'm going to go Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. I like Owen Tippett over 2.5 shots on goal. You could get that at even money as well. And then I think they're going to see a lot of goals. I almost said points. I think we're going to get a lot of points here. Over 6, you could get that at -125. Over 6.5. I like that as well. But, Flyers, they're coming off a 4-0 loss against the Islanders. And, we know that Flyer games, they're 10-1 to the full game over following a loss when they score 1 or less goals. So 9 of the 10 games that went over the total had at least 7 goals as well. So they didn't score anything. We're going to come back. We're going to see a lot of goals here. Over 6.5, you could get a little plus money as well. So yeah, give me the over there in the NHL. Kid, that's going to do it. Anything else you want to talk about?
Adam Schefter just said the Pro Football Hall of Famers released a statement today that could remove voters who violated bylaws.
Actions will be taken, including the potential of removal of the voter from that committee. Doesn't matter. Shit's not going to change. They didn't get Bill Belichick in.
Bill Polian says on Sirius XM NFL Radio that the Hall of Fame confirmed that he did vote for Bill Belichick.
Oh, so
earlier he said he was 95% sure that he voted for Bill Belichick. Now he's 100% sure.
Which one is it? I smell a rat.
In my opinion, the question you should be answering is: did you influence or did you tell people Bill Belichick deserves a year off?
And if so,
that's the question you got to answer.
You need
that you voted for Bill. Did you encourage others not to vote for Bill? I don't care what you did. What did you encourage to do?
Yeah, I agree. Action needs to be taken. But kid, thank you so much. We'll see you guys on Sunday. But enjoy the games. Good luck on your bets, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.